second round. What's happened to him? Well, in the 15 months since here, he's been relatively inactive, except for that charade in Toronto against the Frightful Five. Now, Foreman fighting back.
What?
Oh, Foreman is in trouble. Lyle caught him with a good left. Now, George. Now, George struck back. Now, George fought back with a magnificent fight. George fought back. Lyle let himself open for that.
Got both the aggressive there, and Contreras got it, and Foreman was going hard against pushing punches.
A minute to go in a wild fight, just as Lyle apparently had George in trouble. George with that pushing power that we talked about in prior fights. Lyle is now ready to go against the ropes. Now 40 seconds left in the round. Covering up against the rope. His hand was swinging the opponent, entering the pocket. George at the head. Lyle is now wide open. He is
Foreman just teeing off on this dude.
trying to swing
Left hook. He got
Left.
stunned. There's another one.
Yep.
but it is slugging.
He
Where
hurt.
the public wants. Lyle now trying to fight back. Only 10 seconds.
Oh, that
left
uppercut.
in the
Yep, yep.
round.
That uppercut was filthy.
Foreman was staggered by a Lyle left.
Oh, on the button, too.
Foreman goes down. Lyle fights back. Foreman, there's no saving by the bell, but Foreman is up. Foreman is up.
Out on his feet.
What a fight, Dennis.
Oh, this is a corner's path here. They're both man hitting them wide open.
As Kenny said, both fighters leave themselves wide open. Throw it over the slow-mo, Kenny.
They were going right now. Both guys hitting themselves wide open. They're both relying totally on
This
power
uppercut here in a second
George
is the
his
one.
brain was hurt.
Oh.
Oh, it didn't show the uppercut.
Foreman goes down here with a very loud punch. They're both working very hard.
Hey guys, we wanted to, because we're fight fans, and we've been watching fights forever, and this goes back to, I believe it was, it says right there, 1976, that's what I was going to say. So 1976, Big George, one of my favorite heavyweight fighters. So me and Cousin Jeffro was going to talk about some fights here a little bit, and this is the one I brought to him to check out, because I didn't figure he would see it. I'm not for sure, unless you're a true boxing fan in this day and age, you probably haven't seen it because it was so long ago.
I hadn't.
Everyone knows who Big George is, though.
Absolutely.
And I don't think many people know who Ron Lyle was.
I honestly didn't because we're talking about fight fans. I'm a sports guy. I love all kinds of sports. A lot of Pops and I's conversations that aren't about what we're doing here is about sports a lot of times. A little bit of history. My love of watching fights actually stems back with this guy from when I was a young kid. He was having me watch the early UFC back with like Tito Ortiz and Shamrock, and like when the only rules back then were you couldn't poke somebody in the eyes. Literally, that was about the only rule.
Yeah.
It was a lot different. This was before Dana White, before it went commercial. So we've been watching fights a long time together. So we both decided this would be a good idea, and this is a great fight. This was one I'm not as much of a boxing fan as I am MMA, but I told Pops I love this fight. So
Yeah, it was great. Like if you're a Foreman fan and you never realized how much dog Foreman really had in him, this would be the fight to go check out, because like we just showed that little snippet there, but you can watch that whole round. And even really leading up to that was like the fourth round, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that was fourth round. Even the whole fight was pretty close. Ron Lyle was giving about as good as he was getting.
That first round, honestly, if you would have told me that he lost after that, I would have been surprised, because Ron Lyle came out swinging.
Yeah, and he's a big, powerful dude, the same way George is.
Mm-hmm.
And but the first time I saw this fight like years ago, I just couldn't believe like the actual clean shots that George ate.
Oof.
I mean, like you just seen it right there. He had a right hook on the button that put him down.
And before that, there was that uppercut. That uppercut, he took it right on the chin.
What originally hurt him was those two left hooks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, on the ropes.
Yeah,
on the ropes.
That
and he had just given Ron a couple of nice shots too.
Yeah. I mean, the dude, he ate like clean, and Ron Lyle did too. You got to give him his respect too, because he ate a lot of clean shots as well and kept fighting. And that's the reason why this fight is so awesome, because it's kind of a battle of wills. It's going to come down to like who's got the most dog in them, because they're both just basically rock'em sock'em robots in this. And at the end of it, y'all need to go. We're not going to watch it here, but you need to finish watching the fights the next round. And Big George, he ends up taking it to him. But it just comes down to who had that dog in him, which, it was Big George all the way.
And one thing I want to add, because we're not going to watch that part, but it is funny because if you're actually watching and listening to the broadcaster at the time, he says that if Lyle can get Foreman past round 5, this could be Lyle's fight, because there was something that they mentioned at the beginning of the fight where Foreman had been out for a while. He had actually not fought in, 6-7 months, something like that?
Probably. This is around the time, 76, I believe he fought Ali and lost to Ali.
He lost to Ali, and then he lost to somebody else, too.
Yeah, I think it's Jimmy Young.
That's what there's. Yeah, and so he had lost a while. So he took a hiatus for a while. He didn't fight after those fights for a little bit, and then this was his first fight coming back. So they were saying that his cardio and everything, like he rushed to get into this fight to get in boxing shape. So they said the longer the fight went, this was actually to Ron Lyle's advantage. And then in round 5, right after the announcer says that, George takes him down.
Yeah. But, I really don't have... I really want to kind of make it known if you're a fight fan to go out and just, check this fight out. Most people do like the heavyweights. I'm not as big as fan of the heavyweights as I think most people are. I think they're a little bit more exciting. They're bigger dudes, and so they tend to get a little more tired quicker and a little more sloppy, which can make for an exciting fight. But I probably like the littler dudes just slightly better as far as just they're so fast and everything's crisp. You know what I mean? Like Canelo, or even smaller, like the 147 pounders.
Canelo, Triple G.
Who's a littler guys there, like the 140? I forget who the 147. Tank Davis right now. I love Tank. Yeah,
and
I love Tank.
Garcia.
Yeah. So, but anyway, though, I do like Big George, and this was just one of those fights that could really showcase. Like, he wasn't just a big puncher. Like when you watch him, just totally eviscerate Joe Frazier the way he did. I mean, this dude had a lot of heart. He had all the tools. You know what I mean? Like Tyson, a lot of times, everyone loves Tyson, of course, but Tyson actually had a good chin, and he got caught quite a bit in his peekaboo style, but he would just eat the punches and just keep coming. You know what I mean? A lot of people, I don't think they really gave him a lot of credit for that back in the day, because there's all the other stuff, all the flashy and how fast he was and all that, but he did get caught. If you go back and watch his fights, you'll see him get caught with clean shots, but it never fazed him. He just kept on coming. And that's kind of the way Foreman did. This obviously phased him, but he pulled himself up off the canvas and came back, and he had to dig deep. You know what I mean?
He came up off the mat slobbering. He slobber knocked him literally.
he was for sure. And if that wouldn't have been the end of the round, I mean, Lyle had a good. I mean, he literally got up. The bell didn't save him. He was up. But if that would have been 2 minutes left in the round, I don't know, dude. He might have been knocked KO'd for real. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't know if he could have. I don't know. That's really tough to say.
Well, and honestly, up until that 5th round, if we were basing it off if this was going to decision, you could make a case for Ron Lyle winning it up to this point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Ron Lyle was no joke. I mean, he definitely brought it, and he got a lot of clean shots. This round is a perfect example because I'm telling you, he was talking about the 2 on the rope, those left hands that he caught, but for me it was that uppercut. That uppercut that he hits him, you can tell that he kind of sends him spiraling back, and then right after that, you see where he gets the clean shot that knocks him down right before that round ended. And it's a testament to this dude's heart, because he took, that we just mentioned, that's at least 4 nasty shots to the left and under his chin that he took.
Yeah. I really believe there's only there's only a few men probably ranks in the thousands of men on this planet that can take shots like that from someone like that size.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they're the same size, but I'm just telling you the shots that both these guys took in this fight is a normal average man. I mean, it would have been over wait, I mean, it's pretty unbelievable stuff. You know what I mean? If you ever been in there, if you ever been upside the head, you know what happens to your brain and how you feel when it happens. Like these dudes were eating some shots.
We were talking about in our earlier fight talk with Nate Diaz. You know, Nate Diaz has been punched so many times
Yeah.
as a UFC fighter.
Yeah.
Which is why a lot of people love him, because he gets better as the longer the fight goes on.
Cardio,
It's also why he can't talk.
Yeah. That's true. But actually, and it's funny kind of because Foreman actually aged. Like, you know, he still like communicates good, talks good. You know. Now Holyfield not so much.
You know,
Because
because Holyfield went against Tyson a couple times too, and Tyson has one of the nastiest punches in the history of boxing. They've talked about that.
Oh, I definitely believe it for sure.
So.
All right, guys, we'll do another fight.